Okay. Good afternoon, Antonio. How are you?
Hi, Ovi. I'm fine, and you?
Very well. Okay. Thank you for being here and to this today in Portugal. I'm super glad that the Portuguese team invited me, and I'm super glad that having a person from a school like you. um, Let me introduce myself first of all. My name is Ovi Barceló. I am the solution specialist for modern workplace or modern classroom, if you want, for Microsoft Western Europe. I am the person in charge of modern deployment, Office 365, Intune, Autopilot, everything that relates Windows and Office 365. And as a personal note, I am Spanish, as you maybe noticed, and I'm also a teacher. Before joining Microsoft, I've been 15 years working as a teacher in Valencia, where I'm from.
Fine. Very well, Ovi. It's a nice pleasure to be here. Also,
Yeah.
I'm also teacher of ICT for over 10 years. I'm Portuguese. I'm living in Braga, and I teaching on Escola Profissional de Braga. More recently, I'm technical coordinator. So some projects and some activities, new activities, innovations. It's one of the parts I collaborate. So I'm in this moment also I sharing my knowledge and export of new digital technologies, and like this I collaborate in discussions, forums, and also webinars, and it's nice to grow up.
That's great, Antonio. So let's get started. I mean, in this session we are together and we're talking about what's new in the education but I want to focus because sadly this year we have been teaching differently, right, Antonio?
Yeah.
We have been
very,
forced
very.
to reinvent ourselves, and I believe that is something that is going to last in time. And that's why we wanted to focus in this remote slash hybrid learning environment we have been during this year. And Antonio, I have heard that you and your school you are facing this situation of remote and hybrid learning together with Microsoft technology, with Office 365, and that you managed to overcome the difficulties that teachers and students have had during this 2020. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience, how you overcome, and how, thank you to the Microsoft technology, you managed to keep working with your students and teachers?
Yes, of course. It's for us. It's a challenge every day. Since March, we use 100%, and it was a great help in online classes using the Microsoft Teams. I should also mention the APB, Escola Profissional de Braga, has been using Teams since the beginning of this school year. It was a nice tool, and so we use it for collaboration platform and document sharing. Also online meetings like this one we talking now, and many more extremely useful features for business communications, like meetings with partners or stakeholders. It is and we necessarily adapted to the new reality, and
Yeah.
not only the teachers, the parents also, and students, of course.
Definitely. The whole community has been impacted. You have mentioned Teams, but sure did you have used another technologies in your school from the Office 365 environment, right?
Yes, we also use Word Online, to create and edit and share documents. Work with others on shared projects in real time. If one student as in your house and any other colleague in the classroom, they can make the homework or the project in real time. Also, it's very powerful tool for students and educators. And we, in this moment, the school management level and the pedagogical area, we use SharePoint also to store and share folders and documents. Is nice. Is another platform of Office 365 we use in this moment. SharePoint and also Word, of course.
Very good, very good. So let me show you. Maybe I'm sure that you have used a lot of the features we are having, but let me share with you 3 things that are coming. They're already deployed in many of the Office 365 in the schools, but they're the ones that are using artificial intelligence to help students and teachers to keep working in this remote or hybrid learning. So
okay,
I will
I'm
talk a little
curious.
bit about Word, Teams, Outlook, and maybe I discover something interesting to you. So let me share my screen right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, here is you have your Office 365 dashboard, right? And you know that you can access the different tools, and let's gonna start. I mean, I saw you Word, Teams, but let's gonna start, I believe, with Outlook, with a typical mail. Okay, I'm gonna take this mail for example, and you'll see that in this mail we have a mail in English. So sometimes students are struggling to read for English. So look at this. We have a translator already integrated inside Outlook. So you don't need to leave the page and you can select the language you want your message to be translated to. So you have exact copy of your email, but straight in the same page and completely translated into your language. You can change easily your language. I told you it was Spanish. I am Spanish, so you can change easily to Spanish, and the same mail, no changes in the composition because sometimes it gets broken when you put it in a translator. Same mail with artificial intelligence in the complete different language. Very useful tool to help students learn that
very nice.
language. Yeah, definitely. Okay, another cool thing. Let me write you an email. I'm going to try to write an email to Kara, which is one of my students, and I want to get some polls from there. I'm going to do a quick poll. So instead of leaving the environment, look at this. I have this button here. It's called Quick Poll. It's a Microsoft Forms that automatically pop up on the right part of the screen. So you can put a question and attach it directly to the mail. So imagine that what is the best time for you to meet, for example, so you can give Monday, or you can Tuesday, and then we can give another option, for example, Wednesday, of course, and even we can select that they can choose multiple answers, and I insert that in your mail. So in the mail automatically gets inserted that poll I created. That's amazing because you can collaborate with your students at the same time you are copied there and see how they are responding in real time. This is a couple of cool features that artificial intelligence is putting on Outlook. Let me go to Teams. You mentioned Teams and all the importance of having data. What are your students doing? So we created this app called Insights that can, in a glimpse, can show you how your students are doing in the different classes. How many students are active or are inactive? Or which day of the week is more active? If they missed any submission of the task, if they have been not attending to the class, everything is in one place. So if I click here, I can see the digital activity of my classroom, and I can select this week or next week or this day or the other day, all the activities, or even I can say, okay, how are the meetings going? How are the files going? And as I told you, different days, and also I can select one student. If I am preparing a meeting with a family, I can select that student and get a report. This is for free, integrated in all teams for education, the Insights app, and it's evolving as we speak. And of course, you mentioned Word. I love Word, and probably you say, okay, Word is Word. It's a text thing, but let me show you how we can help a student. We know we can correct the spelling, okay? That is a very easy thing. Everybody, all the software that is to text corrects the spelling. But we have this little button here called editor that is much more than a spelling checker. We have a score about my writing. Now it's 76%, as you see. And as long as I am correcting my grammar in this case, or my spelling, I am improving my score. So I change this and I change that. And now you will see on the right, you see that is changing my score. But as I told you, it's not only about grammar. It's also, I'm going to correct a couple of things this, I can ignore it. Okay. So there is also some refinements, acronyms, clarity, conciseness, perspectives. So for example, conciseness, what is this? Instead of saying that Portugal are located in the Lisbon area, you can say are in. So that helps students to be more precise, more concrete. And I like the punctuation conventions. For example, they have this Oxford comma, and we can ignore it or we can apply it. This is not a grammar mistake. It's just a way of putting it. And the perspective, in this case, is America. Look at this. When they say a number, they compare that number with, for example, in this case, the population in US. So you have a real comparison, depending on the language you're writing, with the reality of a student. So is 20 million passengers too much or too many? So I don't know. So we can compare it with the population of a certain place or the population of a certain area. So the students can get a real understanding on the numbers they are writing. It is very good for big numbers. The last part I want to show you, which is very important, is the similarities. So we can check in the network if the text has similarities all over the network. So we're using the artificial intelligence to identify pieces of the text, for example, in this case, and where they can find it. We don't want it to make the students feel bad. We want them to learn. So if you take some text from the internet, you need to put a citation. You need to say, I take this piece of information from this website or that other. So we are helping them to understand that when they are copying a text, it's okay to copy certain parts of the text from the internet, but you need to put a citation. You need to say, the source of this point, the source of this sentence, the source of this is coming from this page. And this is also integrated in Outlook. So if you go there, I'm going to close here. If you go to Outlook, you have many options. You have the quick poll, the insights, templates, and everything that you know. But right next to it, you have this little editor thing. And again, it can help you with the spelling, consistency, formality, punctuation, conventions, vocabulary, everything. So for example, in clarity, we want them to use jargon or not. We want to split infinitives. So everything is personalized and is going way beyond grammar spelling or a grammar checker. So this was my demo. I'm gonna stop sharing right now. What do you think, Antonio? Do you like it?
I'm very glad to have your sharing these new features. So I'm very happy to know about several ideas you're sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All that we did is that for you to keep improving, to keep using our tools, to keep helping your students and teacher working in these difficult times. So, Antonio, I just want to close this by thanking you, the work you're doing with your students, the work you're doing with your teachers, and the work you're doing in Portugal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ovi. Thank you. We have here our contacts, so obrigado.
Obrigado. And as you speak, thank you very much. Gracias.